Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the CTM channel. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button. For to get right into it. So today, ran across a video. I watch this podcast a lot, just to learn different perspectives and from an objective standpoint. And I seen a video that I want to react to. A couple points off this video, and it was called. They read an article, "People Quit on People," and I want you to listen to these guys' reaction, because sometimes just to hear people's perspective is pretty interesting, because it kind of just shows you where they're at, whether in life or position or just whatever they got going on. And what I would tell anybody is, can you get to a point mentally where you can actually listen to another person's perspective without putting them in a box or container, just from a strategy standpoint on what to expect, what to navigate through, and what strategy do I need to make to counter what I'm going up against. So we finna watch this video, and I'm probably gonna pause, do some pausing, and kind of break down some points. Let me know in the comments what you think. Those who come back and watch this, or even when you're watching live, let me know in the comments what you think. So this is the PBD podcast, and they're talking about people quit on people. Let's check it out.
Bad managers are, Adam, actually, this is you. Bad managers are reason enough to quit according to LinkedIn, okay? Here we go. Let's see if this story is going to cause me to quit or not. Nearly 70% of U.S. workers will quit their jobs over a bad manager, according to LinkedIn's latest workforce survey, with millennials and Gen Zers being the most likely to leave due to poor management. Toxic leadership has had significant financial repercussions, contributing to over $223 billion in turnover costs from 2014 to 2029. Toxic management has also deterred younger employees after pursuing leadership roles, with only 30.
Now, the guy reading this, Patrick Bet-David, this guy's the CEO of PHP, one of those kind of like the New York Life Global, whatever. Some people call it a scam. Some people call it a pyramid scheme. However you want to phrase it, I don't know. I don't really get involved in none of that stuff. Just interesting to hear their perspective, but understand this guy is at a top level. He's not at the ground level. But it's going to be interesting to hear these guys' perspective. And the guys that's on here with him, they've been rolling with him for a long time. So then they all have their own podcast as well. So as we dive into this, I'm just saying, look at this from an objective standpoint, and we're going to talk about some of this.
33% of employees expressing interest in moving into management positions. The article emphasized that bad management not only drives employees away, but also undermines workplace morale and productivity. Bad bosses don't just cost the company talent, they just cost them money. Adam, thoughts on the story?
So before we get started into this, we just got to remind ourselves one more time. These guys are looking at this from a upper level perspective. And when I mean upper level, these guys are not working those regular positions, the ground positions, the entry level kind of positions. That's what I mean by upper level perspective. These guys been doing this podcast for a while. I know they put in a lot of work, but they're still not at entry level, So let's keep that in mind.
There's a lot to be said here, because we've all had bad managers and there's also bad employees. And, you can survive a bad manager as a company. I don't think you can survive a bad founder or leader or man at the top. So, Pat, you've had how many employees come, go at PHP? I mean, you have 10.
So what he's pretty much saying is, you can survive bad managers, but you can't survive bad leadership. It's a two-sided coin to that. I think it has to be both. Because a lot of the regular workers at a job, you rarely get to see the top level of leadership unless it's a very small company. But I'll get into some of those thoughts later. But I just want to say that I think it's a two-edged sword. Both of them can kill a company. You can lose your talent of the people under the manager, your top talent. And one thing about turnover is you have people that's been there for years and they know the job, they know the scope of the job, and you let that walk out the door. That hurts because now you have to get back up to speed, bring more people in, and get them back up to speed. So just something to think about.
50,000. I mean, I've seen it here at Valley Tim. People come and go. It's just part of the business, and there's something called resilience. And if you're an employee, if you're a manager, if you're an owner, you're going to deal with the good, the bad. Believe me, I know.
So I get some of what he's saying with the resilience because you do got to have a form of resilience when you're working in the corporate world because it's not personal, it's business.
It's always business, never personal.
And you have to have that kind of mindset to understand that being resilient is one of the top traits that you kind of want to develop as you age and get older is to be more resilient with wisdom. Resilient with wisdom. I'm not saying let somebody just use you like a doormat because sometimes people will do that. But what I'm saying is you got to have a level of resiliency as well because sometimes you just can't up and leave every time. You got to have a strategy in place as well.
You're going to have good days and bad days, or do you have enough to stick it out or not? Do you believe enough in the vision of the company, in the culture of the company to stick it out? So as companies get bigger, you're going to start to see that culture is no longer going to be the highest priority. It's going to be efficiency. And
so the question I will ask them is when it comes to, they're going to talk about this too, how many people really at a company really knows the vision of the company, the culture and the vision. The vision. Culture is very important because I've seen it to where sometimes if the culture is beneficial to the employees, a lot of times the culture is what gets good employees to stay probably longer than they should. Because the culture is more comfortable, it's more conducive. Sometimes it can be more flexible in time based on the circumstances and stuff like that. And I've seen rigid cultures, as soon as a person get an opening, they gone. Just like that. And the company doesn't. One of the things that people look at a company is just my opinion, just generally speaking, is when a person leaves, how does that company look at that employee? Especially good employees, the ones that were good. How do they treat? Do they treat them like, oh, it's just another one gone, we'll keep it moving? They just a cog in the wheel? Or do they show them a level of respect? People see those kind of things. But there are companies that they have a complex is they don't care about what you see. Is do you want this job or not? And if you do, be here at 8 or 9 o'clock and be prepared to go to work, whether you like it or not. It's business.
It's always business, never personal.
Where do you fit in the machine, in the cog of the machine as the
In the
employee?
cog.
So most employees, I'll just say it, are just there for a paycheck, or else why the hell are they there?
I wouldn't say. I would say everybody's there for a paycheck, or nobody wouldn't come to work. I think he's kind of being disingenuous on that a little bit. CEOs, they come there because of the paycheck. Peel, what's going on?
What up, though?
You came in right on time. We just have a general discussion about this video that I saw. It's saying people quit on people. Just doing commentary on it. That's all we're doing. And like I said, we're just doing general stuff. We're not talking about our current jobs. I want people to know that. As a matter of fact, let me put the disclaimer on there. People be hating.
Yeah.
The topics discussed are general topics from general experiences of working in the corporate landscape. I've been working in IT for over 10 years. So I have a lot of general experiences that I can say without saying company names. Just generic stuff that anybody can experience of working in the corporate world. Working in IT, you see more things probably than you want to see. You hear more things than you want to hear. And you process most of the company's turnover, whether you want to do it or not. You have to take accounts away. You have to take access away. You have to do all those things. So a lot of times it gives you a different perspective working in IT. You can see through the BS sometimes the companies throw at people. And that's what some of these stuff these dudes are saying is a little bit of BS, you know what I'm saying, involved as well. And that's why we commentating on it. But yeah, anything you want to say, bro, just let me know, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I got
Because it's
you.
actually for the start. The BS is actually for the start when they start talking. It's pretty funny. But I don't I don't have no feelings involved. I just like watch people's perspective from an
Mhm.
objective standpoint
Yeah.
and learn these different strats. Because how do you counter this if you never run into it? You gotta know how to counter this kind of thinking. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why I'm doing this, for my young people to understand this corporate world.
It's always business, never personal.
All right, here we go.
You find out who really cares is, do they even care if they're getting their paycheck? Do they even ask for a raise? Do they, like, that's how you care if you find out if someone actually wants to be there.
You can tell somebody.
That's how you know he couldn't even get that sentence out because I think he was thinking about himself.
Yeah.
He was pretty much saying that a good employee doesn't care about the money.
Mm.
That don't even make sense, but
It
they
does.
looking at it from
It
an upper level
does.
perspective. It does? To you it
Yeah.
does?
It does. You don't care about the money. Money's
So what
good,
do you
but
care about? What
money's
do you care
good.
about?
Money's good, but not everybody just care about the money.
What do you think they care about? I love the perspective.
Um,
Break it down to me.
Break it down. Like everything ain't about money, but it is to people that don't understand it. Like, yeah, it's plenty of positions that people can. It's plenty of stuff. Hold on. Let me take my retainer out. It's plenty
Oh
of things
boy.
that
I
it's
feel you.
plenty of things that people could do to make money. Like all money ain't good money.
One hundred
It ain't.
percent.
It ain't.
Right.
And you have to use the same principles and morals that you use in the streets in the corporate world. But no, not everything works that way. But long as you doing your part, it works. It works.
What I'm saying is, um, people. What I'm saying, people. It's not. What I'm saying is, people don't 100%. It's not like they're money driven,
Hmm.
but you definitely don't want to leave no money on the table when it comes to your value. And kind of like in the sports,
Yeah.
you want to get as much as you can before you can't.
But
Um, but you
if
don't
you
want to fall for the okie doke. Go ahead. Go
but
ahead. What
if
you
you
about to say?
if you didn't come from money, like if
Oh,
you
they
didn't
come
come
from
from
money.
if you didn't come from money and whoop the whoop whatever, I'm telling you, yeah, you can leave money on the table. There's nothing wrong with it. Cause guess what? A real hustler and real people that's in this real world, they gonna know it's gonna come back tenfold. It's the same way that you have faith in everything else. You gonna have faith. Man, it's gonna come back tenfold
Right.
if you're doing it right. if you're doing it right. The one that they try to use the cheat code. You can use the cheat code for so long, but it's gonna come back.
I guess, like I said, me working in IT and I
Hmm.
hung around, just be around different people,
Hmm.
seeing different perspectives.
Hmm.
Um, they care about the money. You know who they are? They care about the money.
They care about it.
And it's like as they say, it's like a double standard. That's what's so funny about sometimes about people at the top. They use double standards a lot. Um, Nobody wants to feel like they're getting jerked around. That's what I mean by care about money. You don't
Yeah,
want to feel like you're getting jerked
yeah,
around. That's what I'm saying. But
yeah, yeah.
um, and sometimes I had to realize for myself that if I did go back and go
Hmm.
get my education, I was jerking myself around
Yeah,
Ready to die.
and I was leaving money on the table myself. You know what I'm saying? I was just leaving it on the table. They're not gonna tell you leaving money on the table. Sometimes they do. It depends on HR, but a lot of times they're not gonna tell you. They just gonna keep letting you work until you figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And like I say, there are a lot of jobs now, a high percentage of jobs that don't even give raises. What they lock you in at, unless you move to another position, you're locked in right there.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what I'm
And
saying, reason why I'm saying people have a care about money is because I've been there in that, at this point. When I was working for the state, they charge you so much for benefits and stuff that by the time you get your check, you can't even use the benefits because it's just too much to use. So you pretty much having benefits just to say you got benefits. Or like let's say you get the lowest insurance you can afford, but the deductible is still $800. But
man,
your bring home check is $600.
man, as a person,
And
as a person, as a person that had to go through this stuff,
yeah, I'm going through it. I had to go through it too.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, as a
Yeah,
person that had to go through it, like when I moved back from Texas from Texas to
yeah,
Arkansas,
right,
it was different from me. It was different for me because
right,
this is what I've been seeing the past five,
hmm
6 years. And
right.
then I moved back here and then I realized like these people are so far behind
Boy,
that like I couldn't even believe it. And then when you understand like how the system works,
hmm
like I had to
right,
really put
right.
what we call it, boot to boot the ground, feet the concrete, all that stuff.
Yeah, had to figure it out. Get in the game and figure it out.
No,
Yeah.
you already have it figured out. It's just like what people don't understand. Like when you analyze stuff and you sit up there and break this stuff down, you're ahead of your time. We always been ahead of our time, but everything ain't for Arkansas. Everything ain't for well, not ain't
Um,
for, but it's just like everything you saying was already said 10 years ago.
100%. I agree. Cause I tell myself, I even tell younger cats, where's your desire at? Like that's something you got to be honest with yourself about. When I was in my 20s, my desire wasn't furthering my career or the career development. That wasn't my desire. My desire was chasing girls, playing NBA 2K, riding on Chrome,
Yeah,
all the crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to tell kids, man, you need to put your desire in career development, man. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get older and you're going to realize, man, that you're behind the eight ball and you're gonna be playing catch up. You gotta figure out how to play catch up efficiently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm just playing catch up efficiently. You know, making the proper steps, thinking. You know what I'm saying? About what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, like I say, working in IT, man, you get to see all these different positions. Just you work for a small company, you get to
Mm-hmm.
see all the top level people how they move versus the mid level people how they move, and
Mm-hmm.
the bottom level people. You know what I'm saying? Like not bottom like looking down. I'm just saying bottom like entry level people how
Yeah.
they move around. You know what I'm saying? You see all of this stuff, man, and you start to see the picture sometimes of how things work and how things go. And even with me, like say working in IT, I only had an associate's degree. Every time something would come up or anything, unless like a
Mm-hmm.
promotion, they would always hit me with that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if you had the bachelor's degree,
Yeah.
and that's when I came up with I gotta get my stuff together so I don't give them nothing to eliminate me with. Where it really, if they eliminate me, it look crazy on their part. But
No,
when you don't have the qualifications, though,
man.
you know what I'm saying? You sometimes you can give them a reason to not
Listen,
based on go ahead. What about to say?
no. What I was about to say is, you can do all those things to put you in a position,
Yep.
but what people don't understand is the things that put you in a position. You looking, don't look for approval and whatever
Mm-mm.
from the. No, no. Listen,
No, I'm listening
it,
to you. I'm listening to
it ain't. It ain't to get because everybody is. Everything is everything. But at the same breath, like this is where the groundwork comes into play. And if you really lay that groundwork, it gets bigger and bigger. More than people won't say it, they won't say it, but they'll watch. They watch it like, dang, dang, dang. Oh, what? Okay. This is what Mike was talking about. Oh, this is what John was talking about. Oh, this is what Peter was talking about. And it's kind of like how I look at it, where this thing is about to go. This is about to be like some Captain Planet type stuff, but without the theatrics and all that stuff like that.
you.
It's just like a full perspective on how things really go,
yeah.
Mike, and people that's listening. I got two kids in two different high schools, so I'm watching. I'm watching
Right. For sure.
two two kids, two different high schools,
Yeah.
and I'm watching how they treat them kids.
Mm-hmm.
And what people don't understand is like when I went to McClellan, it was a total shock to me
My
because I
wife said
thought,
that too. You're
yeah,
not alone. My wife said the same thing. It was a total shock to her too. It wasn't a shock to me though. But
yeah, it was a total
um,
shock. Like this
but
way,
I was from Southwest though, so that's
yeah,
probably why it wasn't a total shock to me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like, and then you have to like right now, it's like kids they had to learn the art side, they had to learn the science side. So what if you good at now? What if you really good at both of them, and they try to make you pick and choose? You just a ninth or tenth grader, and they trying to make you choose what's best, and at the same time they trying to make you choose what's best for you, and then they still have to deal with these kids that have to go through that poverty level, and not just poverty, but they have to make them see what's the best thing for them.
Yeah.
That stuff, man, that stuff crazy.
That's what I want to tell kids though. Like, man, I'm not saying I grew up rich. We had just enough. What I learned from my family is how to use what I have, either it may not be enough, but how to stretch it. Uh, Learning how to make, one powdered milk, and you can make 1 gallon of milk into four
Yeah,
gallons. I'm saying I grew up
yeah.
in that, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of kids though
That ain't going.
don't use. I wasn't raised to allow poverty to make me make bad choices. That's all I'm saying, and that's what I'm passing down. Now, if somebody say that's you, I get it. But I'm telling to that kid that there is a way, but you have to be smart. Don't get caught in the system. The legal system will mess you up for a long time. Man, it's almost like pulling a horse carriage and you the horse when you get in the legal system, but you pulling a buggy. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get that buggy out for you. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, and,
I'm finna
and
watching this video real quick. We're gonna get into that though.
yeah, yeah.
Wants to be there if they're asking for a raise?
If they're not
If they're not
asking
asking
for a
for a
raise.
raise. So if somebody who's asking for a raise, he wants to be there.
No, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if someone wants to be there, they're not worried about whether they're making X or Y. They want to be there. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
This whole concept of that the managers are enough reason to quit. That's part of the reason, but there's a multitude of reasons. So I don't know if this was
I'm
a hit
still
piece.
waiting for your point, bro.
So-
this is the story you wanted to talk about.
I wanted to have a conversation about this.
Oh, okay. But I'm trying to see your point. You chose the story. Tell me.
So it's funny because Patrick Bet David is like a top level guy. He the CEO pretty much of their whole podcast network they doing.
Yeah.
So him reading the article that people leave people quit because of people and managers, that's hitting him a different way. I'm not saying he taking it personally. That's why I kind of like him because he kind of act like me. He know how to look at stuff from an objective standpoint, but he kind of challenging them on the slide. But
Now-
he don't want to say the truth at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What you want
but
to say, bro?
yeah, and that's where it becomes a conflict.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a conflict. Now, say what the fuck. Oh damn, my bad.
Oh, you good? You good?
You gotta say exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you can make it in a jokingly manner, but at the same time, you gotta. Everything ain't what you think it is.
Oh, 100%.
Like everything is not, and like this shit is bad out here. It's
One
bad. Out
thing
here. It's
I think
bad.
God, one thing I think God has blessed me with is being able to understand human patterns while I'm in real time studying the person without taking it personal.
It's always business.
Being able to
Never
see
personal.
the pattern of a person and not judge them, I just see the pattern, so I react accordingly. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
It's no, but you learn it like being in Southwest. How do you
like
stay out of trouble? How do you recognize something before it happened? You know what I'm saying? Like you can see the pattern. For me, anyway, I can see the pattern sometimes as I got older. It's like okay, the
but
pattern that I'm seeing right now is gonna lead to something crazy. I'm a buy out right here. I'm not gonna go any further. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, when
Even
when
with these managers, go ahead. What you about to say?
when I hear is business and never personal,
Hmm.
that's people life you have in their hand.
I know.
It becomes personal, especially when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into this company that you didn't work. Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can quit and go somewhere else. But a person that put their blood, sweat, and tears into it, and this is how you do me. This is how y'all do a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Like learning in IT, what I learned from people that's not like us. I'm sitting here talking to these people, learning from these people, just not learning about what they telling me. I'm learning about what they do. you have to look at yourself as a business.
Yeah.
You have to look at yourself as a business. That's the first thing you got to do. And that's what I teach my kids. You got to look at yourself as a business. I'm here to learn not only what my job is, but I'm going to learn other things about human patterns, how companies do stuff, how things work. Worked in a small place, learn how infrastructure work. You know, how do all these servers and stuff connect to each other? What they got all these routers and switches in here? Well, really mostly switches, not routers, but mostly switches. How all this stuff connect together that you wouldn't get as a regular civilian. You see what I'm saying? You got to get
Yeah.
that kind of intel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm trying to tell people. Somebody got to get the intel so we can bring it back and share it with our community. You know what I'm saying?
And look,
And sometimes, go ahead. What about to say?
and their intel is totally different from ours. Like,
Right. But we can
like,
take it
look,
and break it down to counter it, though. Go ahead.
like, listen. Uh, if I tell the truth, the what's it called? The statute of limitations is over. But when we was when I was in the computer class, you know what
Right.
I was doing? I was on the black market
Oh, I know.
in
Yeah, I know what I was doing.
in high school. And listen,
So tell the people, what was our behavior like? What was our behavior like in high school?
uh, mine, I'm cool, calm, and collected. Hey, I wasn't out there like that.
I'm talking
I
about
was,
like in class. What was you like in class? We want
oh
class
man,
clowns?
yeah. I was
That's
definitely
what I'm
like
saying.
that. No, I
I know
was,
you
I
want to
was
paint the
getting.
picture. I know you want to paint the picture. I was a
I
model citizen, boy. I
no
was the
no no
valedictorian.
no
I'm
no.
messing with you. I'm messing with you.
I would know
Yeah,
everything.
I wasn't nowhere near that.
Listen, everything that I learned was before junior high and high school.
Yeah,
So I was just that was just an easy A. But
yeah.
what the, I wasn't learning nothing. I wasn't learning nothing since probably like sixth, seventh grade.
I was always learning. I always have like a mindset of watching and learning. When I was in high school, being down at the detail shop, being at BP,
That's
that's when I
after
really
hours.
started to see. That's when I started to see hustlers, like real hustlers,
That's
like
after
the stuff
hours.
that no, this is during the day. Too, I'm saying, but this is the kind of stuff that
Mm.
us as dudes want to do.
And
Like,
we
man, I
didn't
want to
learn
be a
that in
hustler. But
school.
then when you get to see them in real life, what they go through, like you
Yeah.
get to see the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't want to be no hustler, man. I'm good. I don't
Yeah.
want to live like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't
And
want to have
that
to carry a gun when I didn't got caught with it already, but I still got to go get another one and risk getting caught again doing time because if I don't carry it, somebody could kill me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't
It
want to
was
live like that, but
it was my fault because I learned so much too early, and there's some things that I lost. Well, no, it's not lost. It's some things that I didn't understand
yeah,
then, because a, a person like me, you was a grown kid before everybody else was, and
who you?
yeah, yeah, I was
Oh
the
yeah,
grown, yeah, I was the grown
yeah,
kid way before,
yeah,
and what people don't understand is, yeah, you can even kids, even kids. I'm undefeated when it comes to like, hey, son gonna be locked up, whoop de whoop, whatever. Cause I got kids that's in high school, and
right,
I'm trying to tell you, like, listen, this ain't my first rodeo,
100%.
and I was a young bull, and you have to learn everything that you learn right now. You really have to incorporate it in your daily living.
Yes, that's why we have to teach our kids that you have to look at it as a business and not personal.
Yeah.
Because if you take everything personal,
Mm-hmm.
it could lead to you actually snapping, or you could
Mm-hmm.
do something that you could regret. It only take 5 minutes, and not even that long.
Yeah.
So you have to look at it as a business because here's the thing: when you don't understand business, that's why you got to learn about business.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you were saying, how can they just do that to people?
Mm-hmm.
When a company don't have enough money, we looking at it from a regular person, but we're not looking at it from an owner standpoint.
Yeah.
If you're not bringing in enough money to pay your payroll, what do you do? You see what
Listen,
I'm saying? What do
listen,
you do?
listen. And you can do
I'm
whatever
listening.
you can do whatever you want to do, right?
Right.
You can do whatever you want to do. But you got to really sit down for yourself.
Right.
For those that, you know, oh, I'm a $1 billion owner. And that's like you saying, okay, once you reach your standards, once you reach your what you want to do in life, Mike, that's like
Right.
that's like you trying to tell me I already made the money.
Mm-mm. I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
no.
saying, go ahead.
And
I'll tell you. I'll tell you when I get finished. When you get finished, I'll tell you.
and I'm trying to tell you, like, no, when people say it's always business, never personal. But you, not you, not you.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying,
Yeah.
Pip. No, I know you're not. I know you're not coming at me like that. I know, bro. It's all
But
good.
when a person say, man, you done gave 23 years of your life to this company,
Mm-hmm.
and you done watch it, all the people that y'all hire, fire, rebuild, whatever. So not once did you be like, hey, if we're gonna take a different road now, if we're gonna take a different road, can we really trust your judgment? And guess what?
This is.
Guess
Go ahead.
what? If they never trusted your role and what you think and what you believe in this company to succeed, and you still going by 1990s perspective, same results, same ending. You gotta adjust to these times.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like when you start a job,
Mm-hmm.
when you work at a job, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just talking to any young person. You have to be a business. You have to look at the job that you're working at. You need to understand where you're working at. Like the job I'm working at, are they gonna be able to sustain for a long period of time, or is this job
Yeah.
just a trend? That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
You have to look into that yourself as an individual,
Uh,
though. And that's what I'm saying. It's a business. That's what I mean by it's a business. You have to
listen.
look at all of those things. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
just can't get comfortable. I never got comfortable in any job. I can tell. My wife will tell you. I be breaking down stuff. She be like, "Man, I don't know how you think about this stuff, but
But
as a provider,
and
I have to think about those things." You know what I'm saying?
and guess what? It's a person that did the same thing. So
Right.
sometimes, shit, excuse my language.
Go ahead.
Oh, when we had to when we had to do Obamacare, what's Obamacare? Hey, people that worked a 9 to 5, y'all already established, right?
Man, Obamacare crazy. I didn't
Listen,
too much care
listen,
for it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
listen. Because people didn't care about it because you already
You
established.
know, you know why I didn't care about Obamacare or just this year? Because it was part of scratching the insurance company back.
Yeah, but
I
whatever,
understood the premise, what he
whatever.
was trying to say, was the dream he
Mm,
was trying to sell, but go
mm.
ahead.
It's people like me that need it.
Right, but what I'm saying is,
Well, people like me
if
that need it.
they force, if you don't have it, let's say if you don't have it and
Yo,
you file taxes, they're gonna
yo,
penalize you for it.
yo,
That's the thing I didn't like. You get penalized
yo.
for it, not
And,
having insurance, which is
and that's
crazy.
and that's fine. And it's fine. But until you have to go through it yourself,
I've been,
you
oh, okay, okay,
no,
go ahead.
it's no Obamacare is different from any other. any other
What I'm
type
saying
of
is, well, this is what I'm saying about Obamacare, right? I'm not the understanding having free health. Everybody should have insurance is great, but how they scratch the insurance back is they
no,
raise the premium on it. That's what
no,
I'm saying. So now it
no.
forces you to have to get insurance no matter how much it costs, and they can almost set the price however they want because you gotta have it or you're gonna get penalized. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like
Now,
it
but
almost like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. You know what I'm saying? So politics, I guess. That's what you
yeah,
call politics,
but
I guess.
as a person that's what I say, as a person that understands politics, that's minor. That's
I
minor.
mean, it
Even
sound
even
minor. It sound minor. It does. But
no,
until you
I know it. I know it sounds minor to you because you having to pay for it. But what makes that difference from like, hey, you helping your brother? What makes it different?
what I'm saying is there are
What's
people who got Obamacare, but they can't afford the deductible. That's what I'm
what they
saying.
got? We can't
It's a
afford
lot
it.
it's a lot of people who got insurance, but they can't even afford to use it. Because
Yeah.
if you don't have insurance, you're gonna get penalized. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like you got the insurance package, and it's a great insurance package,
Do you
but
see?
then when you go to the hospital, they say, "Well, you owe us $800
Do
for
you see?
what?"
Do you see the difference, man? And that's what the difference.
It's it's regular working people that got insurance pill. They can't afford to use it. You be surprised.
You can't afford to use it for what?
Pill.
For
If
what?
you it pill. If you're
Dude,
making
do you
listen to what I'm saying.
listen?
I'm gonna give you a general scenario.
I work
General.
too, Mike.
I know, but I'm gonna give you a general scenario. Tell me if I'm off. Majority of the people, the median income is 40,000, right? That was the stat, something like that. It was
Yeah,
40,000, 42.
in Arkansas.
So after taxes,
Mm-hmm.
after taxes, after your benefits come out,
Mm-hmm.
let alone don't have a family and make 40,000. Oh my God, how
Mm-hmm.
much you think your benefits gonna be? You be paying almost $900 in benefits,
Mm-hmm.
just benefits,
Mm-hmm.
no less than 700.
Mm-hmm.
Your bring home may be $700
Well,
after taxes and benefits. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
And you still got to pay your bills. You still got to do groceries. Still got to do gas for your car. But
Yeah.
then if something happened to you, you got to go to ER, and the bill come in the mail. You owe them $1,200. How do you pay that? And you only bring home $700.
Mike.
That's all I'm saying.
And you know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of this shit. I don't. Cause you think I work just to you think I just work just to work?
I'm not talking. I'm talking about the average person. I'm not saying you. I'm saying the
Yeah.
average person. That's
That's
why I
what
see. I'm telling y'all, people out here hurting, man, because just your overhead is man.
yeah.
It's hard
And
to
listen,
cut down. Yeah, cut back
listen,
on
and
overhead. Go ahead.
listen, and that's why I say I work. I work. Cause long as everybody else straight, long as I work and everybody else straight. Yeah, I want my kids to have everything they want. But if they listen to what I've been saying this whole time, if they listen to everything that I've been saying this whole time, just know that you about to kill two birds with one stone.
Right.
And that's why I'm like, hey, as a person that had to depend on the government, wood my whole life down there.
You know what's the thing that that I saw when I was in my 20s is that when you get to the point to where you can't even get government assistance. You like in that in between point,
Yeah.
and you're not making enough. You like, man, if I could just get some food stamps to cover it, so I can spend money on gas and whatever. And that's what made me to a different person. I had to figure it out because they was like, no, you make too much. I'm like, make too much? I only make X amount of dollars a year. What you mean I make too much? Man, I'm out here hurting, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the game goes. You know what I'm saying?
And
Finish. Go ahead.
that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Like when you think you making a certain amount, it's like, nah, this is that stuff be so different. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it because you have to be in a hold on, what we call it? You have to be in a certain category to even understand it. And and then you get in a room with other people like, boy, y'all just waste money. You waste it, and then you will see like everything ain't what you think it's gonna be. Like, man. So I rather just deal deal with people that really understand this stuff. And then and not only will they understand, it's like, shit, guess what? If I can reach one or two persons,
Right.
that's all
100%.
that matters.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah.
That one or two will reach three or four.
And that's what I'm trying to tell these kids. Like, you don't have. There are careers out here. You don't have to be the dude holding a sign at the construction site saying stop or go. There are careers out here. You can learn how to drive the bulldozer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the tractor, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, there is better. Like, you don't have to settle for that, you know what I'm saying? Unless that's what you want to settle for. But, yeah, I'm
And
making it for people who want to hear that, though. Like, people that want to elevate and want to level up. That's what I'm making it for. I
yeah.
know this ain't for everybody. I know this ain't Coca-Cola
No,
content. This may be like
no.
cream soda. You know, everybody don't drink cream soda. You know, I get it.
And
Believe me, I
and
get it.
and that's why I want you to understand. This ain't just for young kids. It's for the old one. It's
I
for
have
the
older people
old.
telling me I have older people telling me too. Like they say they
Yeah,
like
this
listening
is
to us. They
what it's
be
like.
say I motivate them to go back to school because they
Yeah,
what we be talking about and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like, oh, like everybody don't want to go to college. They don't want to do it. Deal with this, boot whatever. They don't want to deal with this. But I'm there like the in between. Like, man, everything you saying is not wrong. Everything I'm trying to tell you, everything that you're saying is not wrong.
yeah.
It just when the people, it's like the old school dude, they drop them jewels on you. And once he dropped them jewels on you, you have to choose when you gonna pick it up. Cause you gonna pick it up.
Right, exactly.
It's just when you choose to.
Right.
That's why I love that. That's why I love that shit.
I finished watching this video, then we're gonna talk about this real quick too.
I wanted to discuss this, but the fact is, leadership at
Yeah.
the top is the real reason that somebody comes or leaves a company.
Because I
Managers
think
will
there's
come
a
and go.
lot of value to the story because I
Yes.
agree with the story.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, okay, Tom, what would you say about the story?
I completely agree with it. People quit on people. They don't necessarily.
I agree.
They don't quit on companies and vision.
For sure.
And managers, if the managers are aligned with leadership and they are selling the vision, reminding them of the vision and the cause,
Yeah.
then and they're being properly recognized, properly mentored, they don't quit.
Yeah.
It's so simple. I love this vision. I love this.
Man, this dude be
Mm.
talking this for real, man.
Yeah,
Dude be
he
selling the dream.
talking.
That's called the perfect world, and that it ain't many jobs like that, man. You know what he talking about?
And it
How many times have you seen the management be in line with the management up top? You know what I'm saying?
hey,
It's almost like the Nino Brown G Money kind of dynamic, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
hey, like
I'm gonna be the
pe-
man one day too. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
now but people like, hey, what's your name? Like, and then they hear, nah, let me shut up. Yeah.
So, what do you think the percentage of people that leave a job is? It because of management? Is it because of
Nah, nah,
money? Or is it because of
it it it's the money part of it, but also like people just want to be treated right. You know what I'm
yeah, it's
saying?
the culture. Yeah, it's like this the atmosphere and the culture, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
But these dudes act like they don't. It's like they don't want to say that though. You know what I'm saying?
no, they
Um,
they they saying it without even saying it.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna finish watching it
Like,
before we really start digging into it.
This company, and my boss is helping mentor me and getting me from here to here, and I like working here. Those people don't quit, but they sure as hell quit on bad managers. They quit on people.
Yeah. So it's funny. This last week we had our Monday. We had our what do you call it? Our quarterly
Meeting with the crew.
executive meeting with the crew. Right. And we're at Four Seasons. We're having our meeting, and at the end of the meeting, normally throughout the entire meeting, what I'll do is I'll show you pictures of it. I'll get on there and I'll write out exactly what was talked about on things that we have to improve, and this is what it'll look like. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get off of this now for that mess franchise dingus. But yeah, I like dude though, Patrick Day. He pretty cool dude. Yeah, they went to the Patrick David. We had a meeting and I really wanted to talk about what we can
yeah,
improve. Pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
But
Because
now, who do you think when it gets high turnover on a
yeah,
job, who
listen,
who 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 gets most of the percentage? The high level management or the middle management?
like
When it's like high turnover.
when it's high turnover, like we as a worker, you don't care about none of that shit, but you see it.
Yeah,
But you
100%.
but you also see like those are you see it when can I talk my shit, Mike?
I'm listening to you. I'm not saying nothing.
All
I'm
right,
listening to you.
all right. Well, I put it like this. Um, people really want to
Turn the
do
music
better.
down a little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, you good?
People really want to do better in life,
Yeah,
but you
100%.
got but you got people that don't understand the culture. They don't understand what it is to make money. Everybody want to be the boss. Everybody want to be the boss, and everybody want to be in charge. But people not understanding. It's levels to it, right? It's levels.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody should be, you know, gradually improving their lifestyles. And it it's kind of like it's kind of like a catch on two. That's how I look at
Mm-hmm.
it. That's
So
how.
here's go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead,
no,
finish.
no,
I ain't gonna cut
no,
y'all.
no. I'm finished.
Working in IT, right? Past jobs I worked in. 'Cause like I said, when you work in IT, every time somebody get turned over or somebody leave, you have to take access away. You have to remove accounts. And when you see stuff come across, you be like, "Whoa, what happened there?" Um, Here's the deal. When you said some people don't know the culture, I, in my opinion, that's probably only like a 2% of people. In my opinion, from what things that I've saw over time, a lot of times they know the culture. They just don't care because it benefits them, right?
No.
It's everything. And then like I say, when I say it benefits them, it could be either color, black or white. Cause you got black dudes who dog their own kind out too. You know what I'm saying? I seen that too. What I'm saying is sometimes when you get in some companies, there's a culture to where it's like a buddy system, and you not in that circle, but everybody that's in that circle is gonna benefit from being in that circle. You see what I'm saying? But because you're not a part of that circle, you're not a part of the clique because of your principles or moral value or whatever, you have to understand that you have to move different. You don't have the leeway that the clique got. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen it. I'm talking about in real life, bro. It's crazy. It's unreal. And then what I think the thing that most people don't either they ignore it because it's not them. I've seen that a lot too. Is that a lot of people work these jobs and it's always that thing in the back of your head to say, man, if one thing happened, no matter how long I've been here, one thing happened, I could lose my job just like that. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like programmed into your brain almost. Like I have to be careful. I have to tread lightly because if I do anything outside of whatever they say the rules are,
Are
I
they
can
wrong?
lose my job. But the other person can do it. They may give them 3 strikes. You know what I'm saying?
Are they
It's
wrong?
that kind of stuff they don't talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Are they wrong for
And
thinking that?
no, I'm not saying they wrong. I'm saying you have to know that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. No,
That's part of the
you ain't
business.
got to tell me. But
No,
yeah.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what I'm trying to tell the kids. That's something we gotta teach the kids. You have to know this before you go into the corporate world. These are things you need to know. Like I wasn't taught this. So imagine somebody like me, the thing that I had to work on, bro. Like real talk, being able to see BS and not call it out. I had to really have to sit back and look at it and learn from an objective stand. I had to get my mind to be objective and not subjective. To not take it personal and be a businessman. It took a lot of time, but I had to get there though, you know what I'm saying? Especially working in IT. Because there are a lot of times that jobs that I worked at in IT, I was the only minority on the staff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only minority on the staff.
And
Sometimes, some jobs I was the only dude there, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
and
in the vicinity, you know what I'm saying? So
that's
but
that
that's kind of how the game go.
and that's why I want people to learn also. Like with these young folks, everything is personal.
But they have to
And
understand that you
no,
can't go
listen,
in life like that. Go ahead.
listen,
Yeah.
listen. We know that. We definitely know that. What I was saying to begin with, that shit be personal. You dealing with people livelihoods, especially when they trying to do right. And then you got somebody playing with your whole livelihood.
And
That's
that's
that's a,
why that's what I'm saying. We gotta train our kids to like when you fill out for look for jobs, you need to understand like what jobs are you looking at? Are you looking at a startup? How long you think stability gonna last? Are you looking at a company? What do they look like? Do research on their place. Like how long have they been around for? Have they been around for 10+ years? Are they a staple in whatever field they in? Like it's different going to work for, what you call it? What's an HVAC company? What's a major HVAC company? What what's a major HVAC company, Pill? What you think? Um, I see them all the time on the truck, McGinty or something, right? You go work for McGinty HVAC place, but then you go work for, Ace HVAC that's been open for 2 years. You have to weigh that kind of stuff out. What's worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you guess what? If you got like I say, if you got the hustle mindset, you can say, you know what, I can go work for Ace because I'm gonna learn much more because they're a smaller company. So I'm gonna get exposed to more and have more experience. So if something do hit the fan, I can move to another place, no problem, because now I got the experience. you have to look at it from different ways, different angles. You know what I'm saying? If not,
and
you know what I'm saying, you will take everything personal. You have to look at it from a.
and,
Go
and,
ahead.
it's, and it's not so clear cut as we mapping out to be. You know what I'm saying?
And
It's
nothing's clear
it's
cut, but you just have to
no,
look
it's
at
not.
everything on the table.
Yeah,
Look at all the options though.
yeah,
Nothing's clear
and
cut though.
I'm like we say, look at everything on the table.
Yep.
Like this shit's so bad out here, my I as a person that went through so much in life,
Yeah.
man, I be looking at these young boys and I be like, damn, that shit really is fucked up. And I made it out and I was like, damn, how can I even incorporate what I went through? But some people you gotta let people choose, not choose their fate. You gotta let people
Yeah.
you gotta let people see exactly what God's about to take them through. God, Allah, or whatever.
Right.
Like everybody is not meant to be saved like you think, and that's one of the biggest things
That's
that
your
I've
choice.
learned.
I mean, I tell people that's your choice. Like my thing is, if you're trying to increase your chances of success or just being stable, and you see a person that's stable, and you ask them, and they tell you why I'm stable, and you still don't want to do it, it's on you at that point. I
Yeah,
can't make you do it. I get
some
it. I can't make you do it.
and that's and we saying the same thing, and
Yeah, for sure.
like some people are like, man, you know what?
I've been there. Some people don't want to put in the work. They'll always find a way to bail themselves out or
Yeah,
sabotage
yeah.
themselves. Like learning how to be consistent. Some people they'll get up to level 8 and they'll sabotage. Like you know what? I don't want to do it no more. You was almost at level 10, and you sabotage yourself. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it happens, bro. Like, but the thing
But
is, they don't even see their own pattern. That's the sad part. Some people, I had to learn about myself. Some people don't see their own pattern. You see what I'm saying?
but though,
That's the unfortunate part.
and that's why I say even the worst part of me is still gonna be the best side of me. Why? Because I can't let son go through that alone. Listen to what I'm about to say. If I know my young bull, not the one that I raised, but if I know young bull, he was raised wrong, and he really has a chance to change his life.
Hmm.
Do you quit on him? No.
You never quit on a person, but here's the deal. It's yeah, like I always tell people, it's certain paths I'm not going down there with you. I can only tell you don't go down that path, but I'll be here when you get back. But I'm not going down that path because I can't put myself in harm's way, and now my family out to dry. That's what I'm saying. Like
And
I can't get in the mud with you. I can throw you a rope, and we can pull you out, but I can't get in the mud with you. I can't do that.
and
That's what I'm saying. I'm not quitting on you, but I'm
yeah,
not fit to put myself. I'm not fit to take the penitentiary chance with
yeah,
you. I'm gonna tell you not to take the penitentiary chance. That's what I'm saying.
no, no,
And then when you get done, I'm gonna tell you again, don't take the penitentiary chance. Leave it
don't
alone.
don't
But guess
don't
what?
be
If you wanna go pay the piper, go ahead, go do it.
yeah,
But
because
just
you be on goofy time,
yeah.
you gonna get
And that's
caught
all we
crying.
doing. We just putting the information out that people probably don't want to talk about. We putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? And if
Hey,
you want to take it, great. If you don't, that's great too. But you can't say that.
we
That's why I
didn't
think
tell
my
you.
thing
We
is you
didn't
come by
tell
and
you.
tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because people think, some people don't think I grew up in Southwest. Man, I grew up in Southwest, 100%. Boy,
You
straight
know I
kicking
don't
it.
call Southwest Southwest.
Well, I'm just saying I call it Southwest. You know what
If you ever hear the name Swice, you already know that's where it came
I'm
from.
saying?
That
Yeah,
I always call Southwest SWAT. Like that's a
yeah.
SWAT. Like
But yeah, high turnover, bro. I think high turnover, man, is a lot of companies don't. It's almost like I won't say they numb to it, but
mhm,
I would say that they feel like somebody else will just replace. Especially the lower level jobs, they're
mhm,
replaceable. You see what I'm saying? But the thing that happens is the lower level people have so much experience. When
mhm,
you let that walk out the door,
mhm.
now you starting back over training people and retraining people, and it take a while to get back to back to form. You know what I'm saying? Back to stability because you didn't turned over so many people. You know what I'm saying?
Like
And because like
like
I say, when you go to LinkedIn and look at CEOs, they don't
mhm,
be at jobs long either.
mhm,
The people be talking about people be jumping jobs and stuff. Most
mhm.
CEOs don't stay at a job for about 4 years,
Yeah,
and they
but
out. They gone. You know what I'm saying?
that's why I say like people look at it for those corporations like people like us, the real people, the real people, the merchants, the 9 to 5ers and whatever. Like
Yeah.
everybody, this is what makes the world go round, whether people believe it or not.
Right.
But what I'm gonna show people is like uh,
Down a little bit. The music I can hear it.
my bad.
Oh, you good?
Go back to playing your own stuff. Hope. What's this? Is the fall about to come up?
Yup.
Plant your own stuff in your own garden and move to whatever. Like you
And
want to
that's the
make
thing.
change.
How
You
how
want to
many
make
people that we
change.
know gonna do that? They live in the
They
city. How
will.
many
They
people?
will. Trust me,
How
Mike. When I
many? I'm saying, what's the
say,
percentage you think the people that's gonna do
see,
that in the city?
see, and once people get a hold of that shit, they'll
Yeah.
plant that stuff on the balcony. They'll plant that
Yeah.
stuff in the balcony of their apartments. Like,
Yeah.
listen,
They got a community garden in the South End right now. Go
no,
over there and drive
listen,
by when you get a chance. Go over there and
no,
ride by when you get a chance.
listen, and that's what I'm saying. So people don't know. They don't know. They don't know,
Some
man.
people, what I'm telling you, there are people that know, they just don't want to do it, Pill. Just like some people know that they need to read, they just don't want to sit
And
still.
and it's
They don't want to sit
fine.
still. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
And it's fine. Are you worried about the ones that
I'm not worried about.
who are you trying to reach, right?
Yeah, even the ones that don't know. Have you ever told somebody that don't know something and then they tell you they don't want to do it?
Who you trying to reach?
Huh? What?
Who you trying
Okay,
to
the
reach?
person that you don't, the person that don't know. Let's say the average person that
Mm,
don't know.
mm,
When you tell them to plant something,
yep.
that it sounds easy, right? Until you do it. So how many steps do you think it take? If you could put it in steps, how many steps do you think it take
Mm,
to plant your own stuff?
3,
Three.
3, 3, and that's all it takes. But you gotta talk to them.
Right.
It takes 3 steps to reach them. That's it.
I think you should talk about that on the podcast. You should talk about what
I
it takes to
really
make your
should,
garden.
but
You
I
should, man.
really,
I
I
think that.
really should, but it's those that want to understand. You know,
But I think you should
you
put it out there. Just to put it out there. Make a
no,
video actually showing them. Make a
no,
video
but
actually showing them how to plant. That'd be pretty cool.
and it really would. It really
It would.
would. It really would. Like
Yeah.
fuck it. Like excuse my language, but
No, you good.
It really would, and like I just learned how to fish, and when I say I just learned how to fish, it was always in me.
Yeah.
But people was like, "Boy, ain't no way you catching that fish like that." You
Man, when you
had to.
live in the city, though, when you live in the city, people don't realize this. When you live in the city, you don't do outdoor things because it ain't affordable. When you live in the projects, that means something. Like I'm not saying like it's good. I'm just saying that a lot of things ain't affordable for a reason. Like buying a cane pole before you buy lunch meat. Some people not doing it. I'm just being honest. I'm just telling you the truth. Like I grew
Um,
up in the projects too, and some things ain't affordable. Like it costs gas to take you out to Willow Beach or whatever fishing place to go fishing.
like
You know what I'm saying? Bait costs money unless you go dig it up. And how many people really know how to do that?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and
Go dig
that
up bait, a liver. Get get some liver. You know what I'm saying?
and that's why I was trying to say like when we used to go to Hamburg, I was like it was just going to look cool and shit. Like I was just going out and look cool,
Because how
and
many
then
people that can shoot a deer? Like if the deer is right there, they can
yeah,
put that mug in the sights and pull the trigger. It ain't a lot of people
yeah.
that can do that, bro. It take a different kind of person. I can't shoot Bambi, man.
I
Are you
can't
serious?
shoot it.
Man, that Bambi gone. Man, I'm scared of that thing. I
And
don't care
and
about that.
and then it makes it so weird. Even well, now it makes it weird, but it makes you like, dang, I really am left-handed when it comes to certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang,
When you that's part of what happens when you live in the city, man. It takes that part
yeah,
of that. It takes that part
but
away from you. That hunter kind of mentality.
yeah,
You kind of lose some of that because you just don't
yeah.
have access to it no more because you're in the city.
But
You know what I'm
but you
saying?
know what I also look at it like um it's a good and bad thing. Like I always looked at everything life. I looked at life as a different perspective.
I feel you.
But
I probably been there
then
too.
but then when it like when people try to not make it, but you put me in a hunter's mentality,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes like I'm no longer peeled. Like, man, god damn, man, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
But
do
here's the
that.
question: can you upgrade your perspective
Yes,
and your thought process?
yes, yes. I
And
want
that's
to
what I'm
learn.
trying to tell people. You can.
Yes,
You can
I
do that.
want. I want to learn. I want to learn Spanish. I want to learn French. I want to learn speak and what's the other one? Spanish, French, Creole,
But German,
all that. Like all that.
yeah. Like now, I
And
got a class down learning JavaScript programming. I'm doing that now.
look, grandma,
Yeah,
grandma taught French fluently,
yeah.
fluently.
So what? Why do you think you couldn't learn it when you was younger? Is it because you just weren't standing around? You could be still long enough to sit with her and
Nah,
learn it. Why do you
nah.
think you couldn't learn? I'm just asking, like, why do you think you couldn't learn it when you was younger? Why do you? What stopped you from
Uh,
learning it?
I grew up with my grandma on my mama's side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you
So
think kids right now? Do you think that's one of the things they just can't sit still, bro? They're always on the move. They can't
nope,
sit still long enough.
nope.
What do you think it is?
You have to make it entertaining. You have to make it entertaining because it's the only way you learn. You have
But
to
even
make
if it's entertaining, that's what I'm saying. How
no.
many of them still sit still though? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Even
You
when if they at a
listen. You
concert,
have
they don't
to.
sit still, bro.
You have to make it entertaining. And when I say entertaining, no, You have to go from the beginning to the end. You can't
Right.
you can't skip no steps when it comes to learning.
Right. You can't.
Like
Very true.
you when I say skip no steps, like I was with a Hispanic woman and the stuff that I learned within a year or two's time, the stuff that I learned within a year or two, you see how Southwest took over. This was 24 years ago. Like like this stuff, it takes time, but you have to once you realize like, okay,
It's a strategy, man. It's all about
yeah.
strategy. You have to develop a strategy that fits you as an individual. You got to just understand like what you're good at and build around what you're good at and how can you make that maximize off of what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much
Mhm.
kind of how that thing go.
Man, it's so simple. It's
I know,
so
right?
si- it's
I know.
so
I know.
simple. And people make it harder than what it should be.
Yeah, that's true. I've been there.
Like like
Or
when
like I say,
you
your desires are pointed in the wrong direction. That's what I deal with. Your
man,
desires are pointed in the wrong direction, and you're only
mm,
seeing what you're seeing because you point it in the wrong direction. You got to turn it in the right direction, and that's
like
what we're trying to do. Get people to point that thing in the right direction, man. You know what I'm saying? And
like
I'll
and
say this: people probably
yeah.
might not like it, but I'll say this: if you don't get that relationship with God, there are some dots you can't connect
Mm,
in your head. You won't be able to connect them.
mm,
I'm saying it from experience. It's things that you see now that I do. Before
mm-hmm.
that, I didn't do it. I didn't have this. I didn't get
Yeah.
this till after I got my relationship right with God, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty much that's. I mean, that's. I don't know how you make it more cut and dry than that. I can't make it no more
Yeah.
simpler than that.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Well. And and I'm gonna piggyback off that. I'm gonna piggyback off that. Like the stuff that I seen back 20 some years ago. It's coming to fruition. It's coming to life. And I was like, dang, ain't no way you supposed to see it. But it happens. And guess what? My brother, he's strong in Christ. And right now I'm on the journey right now. Like I'm on I'm on the journey called my life. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like, as long as you get some more values,
That
man.
dad, man, listen.
Cause I tell you how strong the relationship is with God. God can take things away from you that
Mm,
you don't need if you allow it. I just say
mm,
that.
mhm,
Take memories that you don't need. Like, I don't need that memory, man. Delete that. You know
mm.
what I'm saying? God, delete that. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it anyway. It's like say it's all about perspective, man. You know,
Yeah. Whatever
some
makes you
people can
better.
focus. Some people can drive and focus on what's ahead, and some people can't focus on what's ahead because they're always looking on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can understand that, that's kind of how it is with God. You got to
Yeah.
focus on God and not worry about the other stuff on the side. You got to not get focused on that because you're very off the road at that point.
Yeah.
You're not focused no more. So, pretty
And
much what it is.
yeah. And I look at it like whatever makes you better, but then
Yeah.
uh what makes your relationship closer to God, I don't care who you say. I don't care who you say. I don't care Jesus, Allah, whatever. But whatever makes you'll find your way. But yeah, you'll find your way. Like you'll find your way. That
So
one.
these last few points, what to you, if you was talking to a young person, what
Hmm.
would you tell them the signs of a bad company or management? What you think? What's some of the
Uh,
signs to look for?
the signs of a bad company is when
Yeah.
you feel it, you don't ignore your feelings. When the spirit's telling you, nah, I probably shouldn't do this. Nah, cause you're gonna feel it. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I'm saying even before, if like I mean, I'm more logical anyway. I'm not a big feeling person, but my thing is like
No,
logically, high turnover. That's signs of a bad. It could be signs of a bad company.
no,
Takes too long
no.
to fill positions.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes they'll have so much turnover that they'll have a job posted for like months. Nobody won't fill out for it. I seen that happen before. Like, man, we can't fill this position. That
No,
ain't good.
no, because one thing about it,
Yeah.
take that for sure. Like you're talking about it from a job perspective, or like
Yeah, like if we was talking to kids, like when you going to look for jobs, you need to look at these signs. Like look it up, research it. On
mm-mm.
Indeed now, you got reviews. People be
Yeah,
reviewing their jobs now.
yeah,
They got a lot of jobs. They got like a lot of bad reviews. Like if it's so many of them, you got to start taking some of it seriously. You know what I'm saying?
no,
I know some people do it on purpose just to trash, but if it's like a pattern of it, you got to start like, oh, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Another one is more nepotism hires than skill level. A lot of companies are like that's why a lot of companies fail too. They hire people in that's in their buddy system or family, but they don't have the skill level to do the job, and they end up messing up the job because they don't have enough skill level because there's so much nepotism. I seen that happen too.
do
Or a
you,
department
do
be
you,
in trouble because they don't got no skill. It's just people in there that they know.
do you want the honest truth, or you want the
Yeah,
bullshit
go
lie?
ahead.
Uh,
Both.
the honest truth, you the honest truth, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
You're
You
gonna
can see the sign. I'm saying you can see these signs. I'm saying,
like this
yeah.
this like you really want. You can't. You you have to stop ignoring your Holy Spirit, and that's what people make the biggest mistake at. They stop.
100%.
They
Yeah.
stop it. Like you have to stop ignoring it. You have to. Why?
So what do you mean by stop ignoring the Holy Spirit? I'm very
You have to
interested in
stop.
it.
Yeah, you have to stop it. Okay.
So what if the Holy Spirit is guiding you to stop something that you like doing though?
You, you can't stop it.
Hmm?
You can't stop it. Listen. What I'm about to say. If it stops it, and it's gonna bring some to bring you back around to see. It's gonna bring you. It's gonna bring you back around to see.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like, I agree with what you're saying, but I think
Mm,
the struggle is, what if
mm.
you like doing something and the Holy Spirit is trying to veer you away from it? It's like it's telling you not to go right, but you still want to go right instead of going left. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, it's easy.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
easy. It's easy. That's easy. That's the easy part of it.
It sounds easy.
No, it's easy. It's easy. It's easy. Why? It's easy because just as well as it draws you to it.
Just to kind of show you what it looks like this.
This is well. Is it draw it to you? It'll draw it to you.
Draw what to you?
As a moth to a light. As a moth to a light, it'll draw you away from it. You'll know. You'll know. You'll know it.
Oh, believe you me, I know it. Because it draw me from a lot. A lot, a
But
lot, a lot. A lot,
but
a lot, a lot, a
but
lot.
when it happens, but when it happens, because people, how easily people forget. How easily people forget. Like, man, the devil, it picks and chooses when he wants to attack.
He does. That's why it's important to keep your relationship with God, though.
Yeah.
Because think about the story of Job, right?
Yeah.
He
What?
can attack everything but his life and his integrity. Like he couldn't attack that, right?
I am Job. Believe it or not. Believe it
You
or
know what
not.
was you know what was good about Job?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do nothing crazy. He didn't fall. He just
Yeah.
endured it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
He said he didn't pick up the pike. Job didn't pick up the pike. I'm
Like,
not saying you. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying you.
no,
I'm just saying
no.
Job didn't pick up the pike. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Job didn't pick up the pike.
You know what?
His wife even told him to cuss God. He said, I ain't doing that either. I'm not for the cuss God.
And you know what? That's why I am Job right now. For those that's listening, I'm Job right now.
I think everybody went through that experience, yeah.
I am Job right now. And I've been questioning like people, why would y'all put that on me? Why would y'all
But
put that?
you know
No,
that
why would y'all?
God, listen what I'm saying. In the beginning of Job, when he was walking, the devil was walking to and fro. God said, I trust that even though he's going to go through this trial, he's going to be faithful. He trusted him to endure that trial. So what I'm saying is God knows his people. Sometimes God allows trials because it makes us better and makes us stronger. But do you trust him even in the toughest times? I had to learn it for myself. Do I trust God even when things seem like they just falling off the rails? Do I still trust him when I'm perplexed, when I'm frustrated, when I'm mad, when it's things I don't understand? Do I still trust him? For me, it's yes. The answer is yes. But and I had to get to that point. I didn't start out. I didn't come out the box like that. But I had to get to that point and find God for myself. But that's pretty much what I had to go through. But reading the book of Job, though, we should go over that one day if you want to. We should talk about that
Yeah.
one day. That'd be pretty cool.
And for
We should
those,
talk about that one day.
for those that don't understand, like I've been hearing this for a minute. I've been hearing this
You
for a
know,
minute.
you know what really got me, man? In New Testament, I think I read the New Testament more than Old Testament, like about Jesus. When he told the parables about the three servants with the talents, how he
Yeah,
blessed them with the talents, and
yeah,
the one that didn't, he didn't use the talent. He just buried it. Man, that parable stuck out to me so much. I was like, Lord, whatever you bless me with, I'm just gonna use it to my ability, and I'm not gonna sit on it, man. Make it happen. I think that's why I started making the podcast too, because of that. That's one of the reasons that kind of motivated me to do it. Then when my boy passed, I was like, man, Leroy passed, man. It was like, because we was talking about he was gonna be on here too, do it too, because he live in Memphis. He lived in Memphis. So he was gonna do one, I was gonna do one. We was trying to get some other brothers to do it. They just didn't want to be on camera like that,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't never want to be the servant that buried his talent, man. That accountability piece is crazy. Yeah, I learned it. I think we gotta talk about that more on the podcast too.
Yeah.
Accountability, man.
Yeah.
Some people get offended. People get offended when you talk about accountability, though, man. They get offended.
Yeah.
Man. They don't want to be accountable.
Yeah.
I was talking about that at church. I was saying, girls wanna. I said I grew up with girls right now. They struggling with Facebook stuff because they want to post crazy stuff, but then they're not getting the likes. They're not getting the comments that they want. And it's messing them up because, like I say, they're pretty privileged, man. That card only lasts so long, man. It seems like it go away in one day. One day you getting 1K likes, P dudes come in, girl, you look good. Then the next day it's just like crickets chirping. You ain't getting nothing. Now you really like, was it Tracy Ellis Ross? Like 51 years old doing that stuff? That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's 51. That's crazy. Man. But, like I say, you don't get that commitment, man. You just out there in the game, you're going to go through those spells, man. You can say you strong and all that y'all you want to, but you're going to go through that spell. Like, dang, you know what? I do wish I had somebody laying on the couch with me. Somebody laying in bed I could just talk to.
And when I was younger, I was playing Kate Bush.
You said what?
I was playing Kate Bush.
What is that?
Yeah, that's Kate Bush was like Kate Bush was like Too Short.
Oh, okay.
She was like Too Short to the music, dance, theater. And that's what you're hearing right now. Like, if everybody knows, like, nah, man. It, like, man, how would you even know about Kate Bush? And it's like, oh, Kate Bush is like way before her. Way before. It was
I
way
listen to all
before.
kind of music, man. I don't really do because I know you probably don't listen to it, but I should do some pick ones. I'm about to see you said Kate, but I'm about to chest you, man. See what you other music you listen to.
It's like,
All kind of stuff.
like everybody, like you have people that listen to Tupac, and then you have people that really listen to Tupac, right?
Yeah, I listen
Like,
to everything. Tupac.
like
Listen to Sticks.
had I known, like boy, had I known, it should be totally different, totally different. And then I had to learn. I had to learn. In this live, Mike.
All right, y'all. I'm about to get off. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're ready to go to bed, 'cause it's about my bedtime too. But let us know what you think about this reaction video to the PBD podcast, and we signing out.